Hello, welcome to Kibbles in Alaska channel. Kibbles and I live in a dry cabin off-grid in Wasilla, Alaska. We don't get a lot of sun, so it's hard to charge batteries with solar during this time frame. I haven't set up solar yet anyway. I'm new to the area. I'm going to go over what I have to do with my generator to charge my battery so I have lights in my cabin and can charge my phone. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. I use an EcoFlow Max as my battery. It's cold outside, so I have to bring the generator in to warm it up. Okay. Shut the door. Good girl. Thank you. This fire will get it warmed up quick. Honda generators can have a problem with the condensation freezing in temperatures below 20 degrees. It's about 3 to 5 degrees today, depending on which thermometer you look at. So I brought it in to warm it up. While it's warming up, I will go ahead and get some chores done. Yesterday, I washed dishes, so I'll put away the dry dishes. I use that basket to store my dishes to dry in. The orange collapsible tubs make great tubs for washing my dishes and then rinsing them. It's a very efficient method, and it doesn't take up much space. I don't have a freezer, so I use outside. Last week, I went to Costco and bought a rotisserie chicken. With the leftover chicken, I made chicken stock. I put it outside in the pan, and it's frozen solid. For a refrigerator, I use my cooler. I just exchange the ice out of the cooler with outside and bring it inside. It works pretty good. I'm chopping carrots, onions, celery, garlic, and Napa cabbage to make my soup stock. I always keep a big pot of hot water on the stove for washing dishes or taking a shower. Today I plan to take a shower. I started building my cabin in June of 2025. It's now December 2025. I'm hoping to get the interior walls done in the spring and the exterior siding done in the spring. I will also include solar panels sometime as well. But there's no point right now. We do not have enough daylight for solar panels to generate enough electricity to make it worthwhile. So I'll just wait on that. I fell in love with Alaska back in the 90s when I was stationed up here in the United States Air Force. I have tried to get back so many times. Well, my boys graduated high school and are pursuing careers in college, so I decided it was my time to move back up here. I'm a nurse, and I know that our days are numbered, so I needed to enjoy my life while I could and come back to my first love, which is Alaska. I designed my cabin, but I can't say I am skilled enough to build my cabin, so I hired a builder to put up the structure. I have done the tile work, I did the bathroom walls, the loft ladder, the ladder to my crawl space, and I'm working on my woodshed. When you see my woodshed, you'll understand that carpentry is not my forte, but I still enjoy working with my hands. I also built my bed. I have taken a break from nursing at the moment since I have so much work to do in building my cabin and getting situated up here in Alaska. Not sure when I will start back. I would really prefer to be retired, but you know how that goes. I have always loved camping, so living off-grid in a dry cabin is not that big of a deal to me. I'm very fortunate in that I can get water multiple places. I have friends that hook me up, the laundromat hooks me up, and if I really need water, I can go to the city of Wasilla, and it's $5 and I can fill all my jugs. And the bonus, those jugs are 7 gallons each, and my muscles are getting bigger in my arms. Win-win. The biggest hurdle I've encountered in living off-grid is equipment failure. I bought a brand new Honda generator, and it failed within the first 2 months. So that was frustrating. I bought a used generator. That failed within 2 months. But luckily, that was an easy fix, and my friend helped me out getting it all fixed up. I have a couple backup generators just in case one fails. I always have a source of power. And then there's chainsaws. Those like to break down too. I am definitely going through a learning curve as I figure out what I can and can't do with my equipment. I'm getting my shower water ready. It will take some time for it to cool off. Okay, the generator is plenty warm now. I'm going to take it back outside, fill it up with gas, and get it started. That I've learned is up here in Alaska, you should only use premium gas on your small engines to avoid trouble. So luckily I have a fuel filter. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's probably ice or something. So this is a Honda generator, EU3000 IS. It's an inverter generator, and what I learned the hard way is you should not be charging your batteries on eco mode. It ended up being underloaded and got all carved up, so I took it in and had to pay to get it all fixed up. I thought it would be under warranty, but it was operator error. So it's been inside, so I'm gonna pull the choke. I have the fuel on. See if it'll start. bit. I'm going to make sure it's nice and warmed up. I'll put my extension cords in. My fingers are sticking. It's so cold outside. Now again, I'm charging my battery. I'm not going to have it on eco mode because when I'm charging my battery, it's not cold enough and it carbons up. So I'm going to leave the eco mode off. I recently changed the oil, so it's fresh. The air filter's fresh. It all looks good. So right now, I still have extension cords running into the house. I've only been in here since September. That's where I'll charge all my DeWalt battery stuff. And then my EcoFlow, I have a cord to keep underneath the bed. Nope, it's right here. So this will go in the power. So that's plugged in now. And you should see it start charging. It says it'll take about an hour to get it up. You have two different ways to do this. You can do fast charge or slow charge. Let's see what I have it on. I have it on slow. So I'm going to flip this little switch right here to fast. Hopefully that'll help load up the generator some more. While that's charging, I also charge all my little devices. And I'll gather them up and I'll plug them all into this extension cord right here and gather all my DeWalt batteries. What I found is these bigger batteries don't actually charge. It's already yellow. Not good. So I stick with charging the other ones on here. Smaller ones. The 5 amp and the 6 amp don't like that power bank, but the 2 amps do just fine. One bar. Sometimes I can go about 3 days without having to charge everything up. But this week I was a busybody staying inside because it's been so cold that I used up more stuff. Usually I'm more outside more. I'm not gonna plug that in there. So we'll wait for this one when those 3 are done. So I gathered up some of my other lights. I got these on Amazon. They're solar chargeable, but we don't get enough daylight usually with our overcast days in Alaska during the winter. Doesn't do me much good. And these I love. They're motion censored. I have them all in my crawl space. I'm going to put several more in the cabin, so when you walk into the area, it lights up. The battery lasts a long time. Again, charges with those cords. And there's the port. And these, you can actually charge your phone off of these too if you wanted to. But these, the battery doesn't last very long on them, so I don't try. Now those will blink, and when they stop blinking, they're charged. is one-handed. This will go to all 4 bars when it's done. Let's see where the EcoFlow is now. This is the indicator knob, brings up the screen. So 50 minutes left. And so one of the problems I was having with that generator is I wasn't loading it up enough, charging everything. So now I am using these little heaters, and they pull a lot. So I'll plug that into another extension cord so it doesn't get too hot, the cord. And I can hear the generator already engaging. So this is just a little heater. So it's kind of noisy, but it works. Now what I was saying about the generator is I've only had it a little over a month and a half, and I was having it backfiring, it wouldn't start. It turns out that I wasn't loading it enough, and I was keeping it in eco mode, and it filled up with carbon, so I took it in for warranty work. Of course, it wasn't covered under warranty because it's operator malfunction. And one of the solutions was to load it up some more. So this is my solution. So that's how I charge everything up. So my lights, they go off the EcoFlow, and I charge my phone off the EcoFlow, and I can actually run my little rice cooker off the EcoFlow. I don't know enough about EcoFlows to tell you all about them, but you can research it. This is an EcoFlow Max. While that's charging, I'll do more chores, take my shower. I love cooking on my wood stove. It makes life so much easier. I have a friend coming over. I sure hope she enjoys the soup. Remember that frozen stock I made? Well, here it is. It's melted enough I can pour it into the other pot. It'll finish melting while it cooks. With a gravel driveway, I am always sweeping. I'm always vacuuming, or sweeping, or shaking out rugs, or vacuuming, or sweeping, or shaking out rugs. The Amazon delivery driver called me to notify me that he dropped off a package. So we went out to the gate to get it. Thank you. Thank you, girl. The soup is done. The EcoFlow is done. So those are finally done. And that's done enough. And let's see. That's still blinking, but I have 2 others that are done, so I'm going to shut the generator off. When you're all done, unplug. The best way to do this is to go ahead and cut the fuel off. That way it burns through. So I turn that knob. it outside, and then when I need to use it again, I bring it inside, warm it up, and then start it, because it doesn't like cold weather. And the day ended with another moose visit, this time a mom and her almost grown calf. Thanks for watching.